All right, guys, we have the 35th hired request up today on the 2017 list. Tchaikovsky Piano Concerto, number 2 in B flat minor. Wow. All right, let's see what it sounds like. Hello, everyone. Have you heard that before? I grew up listening to it from the time I was 7 years old. I had a record, an LP of Van Cliburn playing this when he won an international piano competition years and years ago, even before I was born. But I listened to the record and just fell in love with it. He made this one famous, really. And every piano player tries to play this at one point or another if they like the classics. So this is a big piece. It's not an easy piano lesson, so I'm not going to say that. But it is on SeanCheek.com. Okay, I want you guys to understand. WebPianoTeacher.com. I teach by ear using the letters, mostly pop rock songs, from the 60s, 70s, and stuff like that. Mostly that kind of stuff. This is for SeanCheek.com. Sight reading, note reading. Okay, SeanCheek.com has my sight reading boot camp. If you feel like you can't read notes, you want to get better at reading music, understand what chords are, what scales are, how to find patterns and all that in the music notation. That's what that's about. You get ready to work if you're going to do that site. That's just making you better at that skill. But I also have lots of classical lessons on there. And this is one of them that will be on there. Now, this is actually harder, more difficult than the original because not only does it have the original piano part that's not simplified at all, but it also has the orchestral part in there, interwoven in it. So it'll have the orchestra part, the melody, plus the piano part. And it's very masterfully done in this arrangement. So you get all of that, but you get all the regular piano parts, but it's got the orchestra in there too, so we get the melody. I don't know how many lessons this will take. It's like, I don't know, 10 pages long, something like that for this. No, it's 6 pages long. And it has, the first theme complete in there. So very neat arrangement. Let's get started, okay? So this will take a lot of lessons. It'll be very detailed, and I'll have a lot of information for you. So let's start on our part 1 here. We have 5 flats in the key signature, and that means we're either in B flat minor or D flat major. If you'd like to know more about keys, what key you're in, what scale you're in, what chords you're using, check out my videos on how to play scales, the white keys and the black key scales, and the minor scales, as well as my broken chord lessons and arpeggios lessons that I have on YouTube. That'll help you have a better understanding for that. But we're either in B flat minor or D flat major, and we are in B flat minor because that's the name of the piece, right? Concerto in B flat minor. And we're going to have 5 flats, B, E, A, D, G. So the only letters that are not flat are C and F. So anytime we have a C or an F, it's not automatically flat. The other letters are, because sometimes when you have a lot of flats or sharps, it's easier to think, well, what's not flatted or sharp? Tell me that. So that's what we'll think of here. We are in B flat minor. The fingerings, I'll show you what I'm using. But you by no means have to use what I'm using. You don't have to use what is written here. In fact, I hardly ever use fingerings in a score. Sometimes I will, but hardly ever. And everybody's hand is different. So you'll find something that works for you. Use my suggestion as a guide, but you don't have to use what I'm using by any means. Now, we're going to start with F, D flat, C, B flat in both hands. Okay? Want that to be pretty strong, though I don't think it's necessary to play third fingers on every key. So I'm going to use 5, 3, 2, 1. F, D flat, C, B flat. Left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 on F, D flat, C, B flat. Okay? And I'm going to go, I'm going to keep moving here and teaching. I'm going to assume you're not a little baby piano player who needs to be spoon-fed, everything. I'm assuming you can play the piano already, that you have played some things, that you've played some difficult things. This is for advanced pianists, okay? So here we go. You can always hit the pause button if you need a second to work stuff out. People forget that. Hit the pause button. F, D flat, C, B flat. Now, we we have that. Da, da. The hard part on that is the left hand jump. It's a little bit even harder for me at the angle I'm having to sit to teach the lessons, but you play the low A flat octave. That's an A flat octave. And you gotta hop up and nail that F, B flat, D flat, F chord. Okay? F, B flat, D flat, F. That's a B flat minor chord, if you just look at that part of it. The right hand also has a B flat minor chord, B flat, D flat, F, B flat with 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, left hand I'm 5, 3, 2, 1. So if I add that in, I have bum, ba, ba. Now this doesn't have to be super fast, but you got to get up there. Da, 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 da. So we come in on pickups 3/4 the time signature. So that means a quarter note gets a count. We're used to that. But 3 counts in a measure. And so we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, a 2. But just because that has a staccato on it doesn't mean we have to let off the pedal. Sometimes staccatos are just mental. So, all right, so the next one we're going to go F, D flat, C, B flat again, just like we did at the beginning. Now we're going to do a different chord. Okay? The first one was a B flat 7, B flat minor 7, B flat, D flat, F. And you go, where's the F, A flat? Oh, it was in the grace note here. This chord is going to be a G half diminished. Okay, it's a G diminished chord, G, B flat, D flat. Well, the F on the top makes it half diminished. If it were fully diminished, it'd be an E natural. We're going to have some of those. But half diminished, I mean it's not fully diminished, so you have a major 7th on top, or major 3rd, I'm sorry, major 3rd instead of a minor 3rd. Okay, so it's G natural on the bass, on the octave. Now I'm going to talk a lot about chords in this because it's very important to think in terms of chords and scales. So hopefully that will help you. Right hand, B flat, D flat, F, B flat. It's the same chord you played right there. And it's still, because those two chords have those notes in common, okay? All you got to do to go from a B flat minor to a G half diminished is just add a G natural. Then you have it, right? So from the very beginning, 1 and 2. So I did it again. Da, 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 da. I definitely don't think you need to go 3, 3, 3, all of that. I mean, you can play it strongly without doing that, I think. Plus, you'll take a chance on missing some of the notes if you go 3, 3, 3, 3. All right, now here we have a series of chords, 5 of them, that will lead us to D flat major. And you might say, well, I thought we were in the key of B flat minor. We were, and we are, but the key of D flat major is very easily transitioned to in the key of B flat minor because they share the same key signature. Okay, so we will have a major D flat theme coming up, but you know, overall we are still in B flat minor. So we have chords here that are going to modulate. I like that one. And then 5 chords. Each one of them have a left hand grace note before you hit the main chord, all right? And those little grace notes always go right before. The big notes are on the beat. Here, here. The little ones are just right before. And you've got to catch them with your pedal. Okay? Catch that with your pedal. Catch that with your pedal. So it's G flat on the bass. And then you come up to G flat, B flat, C, E flat. 5, 3, 2, 1. You got a ba-ba. That one's a little easier because you play your thumb on the G flat. And then the 5th finger will also play the same G flat, but you can kind of feel it before you have to land on it. The right hand's going to have B flat, C, E flat, B flat. 1, 2, 3, 5. So you have... Here's the next one. Okay, that's just a plain D flat chord, major. Left hand F. And then again, our thumb is playing the F that our 5th finger is going to move to. So F, A flat, D flat, F. Right hand plays A flat, D flat, A flat. So, okay, so it's the next chord. Cool. So that's going to be F flat on the left hand. So F flat is just like playing an E natural. They're the same tone, they just have a different name. Okay, so F flat octave. Then I'll hop up, put my fifth finger on that same F flat, and then do B flat, D flat, F flat on the top. So it's kind of like playing E, B flat, D flat, E, but it's called F flat. Okay, so you have, when you play that, you got to play that on the right hand. B flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, all black keys. You get this. So it's, okay? Let's tie that in. Let's start with the first chord and do this one. Next one is E flat 7. So you have E flat on the left hand, hop up to G, B flat, D flat, E flat, G. All 5 fingers, guys, on that one. Right hand, B flat, D flat, G natural, B flat. So from that previous chord you had G flat, now it's G natural. You just change it. One more. Our 5/7 chord that leads us into D flat, our secondary dominant chord to lead us into that. All right, so here's the last chord. A flat bass. Come up to E flat, G flat, A flat, C. 5, 3, 2, 1. Right hand, C, E flat, G flat, A flat, C. All 5 fingers. So, and then we get to there. Okay, so let's do from here. Ba, 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 ba. Now let's play the whole first line just to tie it all together. I'll go a little under tempo. And 1 and 2. All right, that'll be the next line. Well, that's enough for our part 1. And again, we will do the whole thing. In fact, the whole thing is already on SeanCheek.com if you're viewing this first video. And we will do the whole entire piece. And for some of you, it's enough to work on for the next year. So it's a very nice arrangement. Again, the orchestra part is woven in to the regular piano part. So you get all that good stuff. Now, it doesn't become extremely more difficult because of the orchestra part in there. It does add a little bit to it, and you do have a little more to play, but it doesn't like make it, you know, a ton more difficult just because the orchestra is in there. It's very tastefully and artistically done. So see you guys on SeanCheek.com for this one, and I'll talk to you later.